Alright guys, I'm trying to mount this new Happy Trail case that I've got, and yeah, it looks huge on there, but it's gonna be good, I promise. It's gonna be good. I don't have the mounting plate or nothing for it because it's like another $88, and I just didn't see. It was a quick release, and I didn't think I was gonna use it really. I was planning on leaving it on here. Plus, it was really bulky looking, and I didn't want this thing to be up higher or anything. I want it to be, you know, right where it's at and no more. So what I've tried to do here is I've strapped it on there, and I've removed my plate that goes underneath here just for now. I'm actually going to use that as a template when I get ready, so I can actually drill the holes in here by using the bolt holes on that plate. And I've pretty much just measured from here to this edge to here and made a mark, and from there to there and made a mark, and I've pretty much centered the box on there. So the box is actually right now 100% where I want it to be when it's mounted. So it's dead center left and right, and it's as far forward as I want, which is right to the edge of the seat pretty much. And it's just right up to the edge, like right underneath here there's a lip on this, and that's pretty much where I've got it mounted to. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I guess the worst case it would be a problem with the seat, but I don't never take that seat off because the battery you can get out the side here, and I've relocated all the fuses that run to the seat over here, so there's really no reason I never need to take that off there unless I got to take the tank off or something. And that kind of thing, which, you know, I'll just remove the box, no big deal. I was actually going to end up making some quick releases for it. Not really quick releases, but they, you know, hand turn, where I could hand turn the bolts, because I've actually got the same thing in one of these cases here. Now those are the Tusk hard bags I got. They're aluminum, they go on the sides, but they've got a quick release kind of deal. Not really a quick release. This is the quick release here, this little thing, but this is like what locks it on. And pretty much I made these. They actually were supposed to come with them, I thought, but I bought, you know, I got my cases with my bike, so I didn't ever see what actually came with it. But I went ahead and made this, and I pretty much went to Lowe's and bought this little turn handle, just the plastic you see, and it had this nut in there. It was actually threaded through, so you could like run a bolt into it. But I needed this size thread, so I went ahead and put my bolt through the nut, even though it didn't thread into it. And then we epoxied it. Me and my friend used some epoxy that he had, and if I can get it to focus here, we epoxied it in there, and it's really strong. This is like freaking industrial grade epoxy. You can't even buy the stuff at the store, I guess. It was something he had from somebody that worked in the mines, and this thing is in there for good, I would suspect. And if it did start spinning or get stuck, you know, you still got the bolt head to loosen the bolt out, so it won't never be a big deal. But I'm actually thinking about making 4 of these to go in the bottom of there, and then I could just use 4 hand turns and, you know, turn it off by hand without having to get tools out or something if I was on the trail and needed it off or something silly. Or just wanted to get it off real quick before I went somewhere that I didn't need everything in there. And so I'll probably end up making 4 of these to bolt down on the inside to hold it down, because these did turn out pretty well and they're pretty darn strong. But so that's where I'm at now. I think next I'm gonna have to make some kind of cardboard piece that fits inside there perfect, and then I'll take the case off and put the cardboard down and use that template and try to, you know, match everything up. Then I can put that cardboard piece directly back in there and have that pattern laying in the bottom, and just, you know, four holes, and I'm good to go. So that's what I'm going to do next, so stay tuned. Alright, so I've kind of got my cardboard piece cut out, cut it out of the box it came in, so that was kind of helpful to, I don't really keep a lot of big pieces of cardboard laying around. So, but pretty much this will fit right down inside here, and you can see it fits almost perfectly snug. And I made this flap so I can pull it back out without too much effort. Anyway, now I've kind of put it up here, and I centered it on here with, you know, my marks on my frame, and then I just made the 2 marks here, and that's going to be my marks right there. So now I can just kind of check this, make sure this is centered on each side, and then, you know, make the rest of my marks. I'm only mounting the 4 of them, then these 2 are going to be mounted in, and this middle one's going to be mounted in. But of course all this is going to be mounted straight down to the frame on either side. So the actual plastic piece is going to be these 4 holes, and then the plastic piece will be mounted here too, but then my case is going to have 4 bolts, you know, 2 there, 2 there, going through this to mount everything up together. And then eventually, like I said, I'll try to figure out some kind of quick disconnect or something like that. So, but yep, that's where I'm at, and I'm getting ready to kind of mark these holes, and then I'll probably bring you back when I'm ready to drill into that. So stay tuned. This is where I'm at now. I've got that kind of traced on there. I'm going to use a drill bit just a tad bigger. I've got all the right ones to fit this, but I just want to go a hair bigger than this hole, mainly so I've got a little bit of adjustment one way or the other, and then I can tighten it down where it's exact. You know, with the bolt, when the bolts are through there, I'll have kind of a little bit of just a hair, you know, because I don't know exactly how perfect it's going to be. I mean, I've measured like 4 or 5 times to get this centered, so I just want to have just a hair bigger than this. So I've just got a little bit of push. It's not going to matter enough, but just so I feel better about it, that I'm giving a little bit of space there. Pretty much I'm going to stick that in there and then just go to town on it, I guess, drilling. But if you don't have one of these kits and you own multiple you know, metric bikes that are going to have all this metric stuff on it, so if you don't have one of these, you need to always order one. I've actually got another one up there on the wall for just the Yamaha that's a little bit smaller, but these are completely I think they're all nickel plated, but they're all high quality 8.8 10.9 grade heat treated fasteners. Even though it says Kawasaki, they're all just metric bolts, and they fit a lot of everything. It just has more of the Kawasaki stuff, like these hold your rear. These are brand new rear sprocket bolts with Loctite on them. Just a lot of nice stuff in here. You know, short stuff, long stuff, medium stuff. So if you don't have one of these kits and you work on bikes, get one, because you know you're going to go to the hardware store and you're probably going to buy something that's going to rust, or they're not going to have the right thing. Like, I live in a small town of 5,000 to 6,000, and we've got a Napa and an AutoZone, and really no store to go buy nuts and bolts besides Napa. And I hate Napa's selection. It's so small. It's like 2 rows of just junk. It's just like the bare minimum basic crap. So anyway, get one of these kits, because you're going to find something here you're always going to need. So I mean, it's got brand new crush washers in it. So anyway, that's what I'm going to use to fasten it down, because this stuff won't rust, and it's going to be kind of sticking out the bottom where it's going to get wet, and it's not, you know, it's just not going to rust. So if you don't have one of those kits, get one. It's going to be amazing for you. And you're going to be like, wow, I don't have to go digging for freaking mismatched crap again. So anyway, this is going to go just directly right into there like that, and I'll just kind of put my drill in there and drill them one at a time. The only ones that are going to be hard are the ones closer to the front up here, but I think it'll be okay. I'll just possibly drill it from the bottom once I get it started, but I'll see how it goes. So yeah, I'm pretty much going to take this over to the bench so I got a solid place to drill this and get it done. Then once I get that done, I'm going to put this plate back on, and you know, like I said, leave all the nuts and bolts out except for the middle ones there. So yeah, this is the only thing that I'm kind of worried about, because if I was to take this case off, I'd have to put the bolts back in there, because if you don't, this is kind of loose. Even though it'll probably be trapped under here because it's kind of a bevel, so that may not be a big deal. So if I did take the top case off and left the bolts out for the time being, it'd probably be okay, because that's kind of secured in there. But anyway, I'm going to get this drilled, and then I'll show it to you when I'm ready to put everything back together and mount it up. So pretty much I've got the plate back on, like I said, 4 bolts through there. Those 4 bolts are going to be the holes that I'm actually going to mount this on. I'll kind of pick it up here and see if I can show you my holes. So yeah, there's those. I'll flip it over so you can at least see that they're almost completely even. I took my thing and measured from there to there and there to there, and these two are even and those two are, I mean, usually I'm not this good at measuring because something always gets messed up in between where one of the measurements is off and it just doesn't work. But I was completely surprised that I did all this and it's, you know, it's measured correctly, because normally something messes up. So pretty much I'm just going to use 4 of these. I was going to use some bigger washers, but I think these will be fine. These are pretty big washers. I think they're like 3/4 inch washers here. And then I'm just going to use one like this. Probably one about that length, maybe one a little bit shorter. But just depends, because I'm thinking I might put a nut on the bottom of them so they don't loosen up. So, and I've got the nuts and stuff in here, you know. So. Even got some nylon. That's what's good about this kit too. It comes with nylon nuts, so if you like to use nylon, which would probably be good for this, then I don't got to worry too much about it being Loctited on, and then I can still reverse out of that thread and take this off quickly and not worry about the nut ever coming loose because it's got nylon on it. So yeah, I'm going to flip this over and start mounting it up, and I'll show you the finished product, and hopefully it's not like a mile that way and not enough this way. But I can pretty much tell you it's going to be really nice at this point, so stay tuned. Hey guys, it's completely mounted and I think it's good. See, it's pretty well dead even. Pretty much like I said, I just used the little bit longer bolts here because I wanted to put the nut on these. The ones in there are too close to the inside, or you know, can't really get a nut under there on that close to the seat. So the back's got the nylon nuts that come through right there, and it is completely mounted solid. So I think this is going to work out well. I don't think it's quite big enough that I need the plate, because you can see it only hangs over about 2 3/4 inches on either side. And the back overhang, I would say, is probably close to 4 to 5 inches. And I don't think that's going to matter either. Yep, it's about 4 3/4 hang over on the back, but I don't think it's going to matter at all. It's not going to be enough weight in here, or enough weight to compromise this aluminum, so yeah, I think it's good to go. Clip that side. Come over here and clip this side. I have to push down a little bit. Yep. That's pretty much it. Now I can put a couple stickers on there and call it good. I know it looks pretty darn big on there, but it's going to be nice to have that much storage and not have to worry about cramming it in there and not having the room. And as you can kind of see, my other case here was getting full. Not that I was adding stuff or had more stuff to add to it. I'm actually going to thin it out. But basically it's just got my tubes and stuff in it and other tools. But you can look at my other videos and kind of see what I keep in there. But it's not a whole lot, but it's a lot for that case. So on here, it's not going to matter, you know. So, and just like this, like I said, that case will fit a sport bike helmet. This one will fit a full-size enduro helmet, and it's still got, you know, I'd say a good inch or so on top of that. So I don't think I'll have any problem with this case at all, and that's probably going to be a lifetime case there. Because I could have mounted it back farther, but then like I said, I would need a mounting plate. But I don't plan on having a passenger on here because my wife is pretty well scared of motorcycles. She's never had an issue on one. She's just scared to be on them. So we're going to try to change that eventually. But Right now I don't plan on having a passenger, so it'll just be me on there. And I guess I could have a passenger, but they would be like right up against this, and I would be right up that way too much. But I don't think it's going to be a problem. Like I said, it's just going to be me and whatever I pack behind here. You know, whenever I pack everything on here, I'll have the bags on the side and have some stuff here and stuff on the side. But I'm going to back this out and get a picture of it in the light with the side cases on too, so you can kind of see what's going on with it. And I'll probably just take video of it for you guys, but I'm going to take some pictures of it for my Facebook and stuff and Instagram. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll show you in the next clip what everything looks like together. Alright, now you guys can see it out in the daylight, and it looks pretty good. Man, if that thing ain't adventure ready, I don't know what is. I mean, I guess I could take the kitchen sink with me too now. So, that'll be pretty good. Yeah, it came out very well. I mean, I pretty much wanted it butted up against those, and it's pretty well dead even on both sides. The back, the box is even, like this box on top is even. But the racks, the way they build these racks is obviously this side needs more room because of the muffler, so this side's out just a tad farther than this side, and that kind of makes it look like it's not even because it looks like it's closer to the signal, but it's mainly because the muffler's over here and they have to push the racks out a little bit farther on that side. But other than that, it's completely dead even. So, but yeah, I think it came out pretty good. Yep, that'll be that, guys, and she's on there for good now, and I'm gonna start loading it up with my junk. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.